Hello everyone, Kredax here, and welcome back to Bombe. We were stuck on a level for a while, and I did eventually figure it out. I think it was in this section, and I went ahead and undid. You can't undo solving a level, so I had to like reset. I deleted the rule I made, and then reset the levels, and we'll be able to solve it again. So I can show you how we got through that, and I think we're gonna just try to get into more of the like complex rule sets and work on some of those in this episode. But first we'll deal with the rest of this one, because I believe we can now. But we gotta start with this guy. I guess we could also just do next level. So this was the evil one that we were stuck on, and we knew this rule was... Also, the UI has changed slightly. We knew that rule was useless, and we were trying to figure out what the heck to do with all this. I do think there is a way we could have used the 0-2 potentially, but what I ended up doing was just making a rule for when there's a chain of ones, like this. I think we had talked about this right after I stopped the video, talked about it at the end of my stream, how if there's a 1, if there's like a chain of 1-1s, like this, then it's kind of just this binary, like, on-off thing. Is that music too loud? No, it was a little loud to me, though. And so it's this chain of, like, if this is on, then this will be off, which means this one will be on, and they kind of go back and forth. And we had talked about how if there's 4 of them, then the front and the back one are the same, and that's why 0-2 showed up. If there's 2 of them, the front and the back one are the same. But what if there's 3 of them? Well, it turns out it's either these 2 are on or these 2 are on, but either way, there's 2 bombs in the whole section. And so one thing you can do, also this UI is slightly different now too, one thing you can do is just make a region of 2 that connects the whole thing, and that will work. And I believe the overlaps, none of the amounts matter. And that's it. That solves the puzzle. I don't know exactly what happens after that, but whatever other rules that we have solved it. I've also played a little bit since last time, so some of these are solved. I've put in some of the simpler rules for those. So let's see. What are we dealing with on this one? This guy needs 4. That means at least 3 are going to be in that section. Let's see, what else? This 2 is useless. Go ahead and hide that. Interesting. So what is this 2 saying? This 2 is saying at least one of these is on, which means at least one of these is off. Doesn't seem to lead to anything directly. I could make like something in here. If a 1 overlaps with a 2, we know that the other section of the 2 is 1+, or more specifically 1 or 2. What's up, Dave? Let's get our brain fried. It is going well. We could do that. I don't know if that helps me. It might. Oh gosh, that makes a lot of regions. I don't know if I like that rule. We'll remove it. I mean, we know the 4 and the 1. This means that this is going to be 3 or 4 out here. Maybe that's useful. In this case, I actually don't think it is, because look, the only square that overlap or cell that overlaps is this one. And this being a 3 or 4 section just tells me that's either bomb or clear. So I don't think that helps. I think we're going to have to combine some regions here. Let's say let's start with these. 1, 2. What do we know about this? Maybe we'll include the other two so it comes full circle. Let's see. So we know. Let's just investigate if the 2 here can be a bomb. Or maybe let's investigate if both of these can be bombs first. That feels like it might not be possible. So if both of those are bombs, the 1s are then cleared out. And then we've got 2 bombs there, but that breaks this one. Problem is that would require a 5th region, so we'll need sub-regions if we want to prove that. That's definitely a direction we can go. Is there a reason that wouldn't be possible otherwise? I guess not. We know these can't both be bombs, because then these would both be off, so that's what we should do. That doesn't require another region. These 2 cannot be bombs. Because if they're both bombs, then the 1s are both cleared, and we don't have enough for that. So that means there is at least 1 bomb here. Is that what that's saying, I think? Yeah. So that means that's a 1 or 2 region. I guess that still kind of requires that other one to be useful, though. But we'll go with it. Most of these overlaps don't matter. That matters, though. Oh, that solved it. Okay, cool. There you go. All right, so here's the last one for this section. I forget if we were looking at this one or not before. This doesn't seem too bad. So the 4 is only going to have 1 empty cell. This is kind of interesting. This one overlaps the 2 up here, and this one overlaps the 2 on the left. So then we kind of have a couple different regions that have to have at least 1 in them. This region has at least 1 right here. And then this region has at least 1, but that could be that cell. Or it could be this one and this one. That work? This one and this one. And this would be off. This would be off. Those 2 would be on. That would be the off. Yeah, that could work. Let's see. I don't think there's anything there. Well, I guess that's a 1 or 2 region. That makes it useful, right? Ish. And that makes this a 0 or 1. Well, every cell is a 0 or a 1 region. So that's maybe not that useful. Yeah, no, that's not useful. Never mind. Abort. Yeah, I like to avoid narrow rules, but I feel like we need the next feature before I want to start caring too much about that. Let's see. Let's just assume that there's something with the 1s and the 2s here. Maybe there's not. Can that be a bomb? If so, yeah, that works. Can that be a bomb? clear these. Yeah, this seems to be fine. Any of those could be... That could be the other bomb for the 2. Bomb could be there somewhere. I don't think there's anything. Can that one be a bomb? There's nothing with just those. How about including then this loop here? So the 2... Oh man, why does it seem so difficult? The 2 has to have at least 1 and the 4. We know that. There's only 1 empty. I guess can the empty be here? Can that be clear would be the question to start with. And that would force bombs there and there. That means the 2 is done. And then we either have bomb or bomb. And that's all fine. So that is possible. And then... Yeah, I mean, we would unlock the features faster if we were just going for, like, the lower hanging fruit. But I'm a completionist, so I want to get this one. At least for now, I want to finish this section. And then we'll go on to the easy ones. What the heck do I do? I feel like it has to do with this part. Can that be a bomb? If that's a bomb. It forces... Okay, let's think this out real quick. If this is a bomb, those are both clear, so these are both bombs, so that's clear, so these are bombs, and that all seems fine. Yeah. Yep. Doesn't seem to tell me much. Let's investigate this. Oh, nope, just the 1. So if there's a 1 and a 2, then that means the other region is a 1 or 2. Didn't we already make this rule last time and decide it wasn't useful? But maybe it is useful because of the overlapping 1s and 2s that we'll get. Now we have these guys. Does that tell me anything at all? Anything at all? I don't think it does, right? Because aren't all things possible here? It could be bomb, and that would make it true. It could be like that. It could be like that. It could be like that. There's nothing that's always clear or always bomb. And the whole region is literally 1, 2, or 3. All we know is it's not 0. But I don't think that tells me anything I didn't already know. So yeah, we won't use that one. Uh-oh, I just changed all the colors right as you said that. Let's try leaving out the 4. If we leave out the 4... Yeah, I think actually this is going to be useful. Let's see. So if the bomb was there... I feel like that could cause some problems. Let's find out. Puts double bomb there. These are clear. Let's bomb there. Is everybody happy? 2's happy, 1's happy, 1's happy, 2's happy. Okay, so that's possible. And the bomb be there. That would clear these 2. Force that. And then we have options here. Even we could go there or there and there. So that doesn't help. Okay, what about you? Clear those. Put one bomb there. But also one blank, which would force the 4 to have the bomb on. Right here. Which means there has to be a bomb here. Which means this would break. So that is the answer. Because then that couldn't have the bomb. So the bomb can't go here. We know that now. That's good to know. This cannot be a bomb. We just need to prove it. In a way that works. Because it does use the 4. Essentially, we know if the bomb goes here, it forces... Wait, what did that force? If the bomb goes here, it forces only one bomb. Yeah, it forces the blank on the 4. We know these two are related. And then this one, and the clear is going to have to be there. And then we need to include that. That still doesn't prove it. Why not? Because if the bomb went here, you know there's a bomb there, a singular bomb. And that means these all have to be bombs. Oh, and that didn't break anything. Which one was it breaking before? Was it breaking this one? Oh, it was breaking this one. Oh, I think we need to make a sub-region. But I don't know what sub-region to make. Yeah, because we're going to need all 5 for this, I think. At least the logic requires all 5. So we need a sub-region. What sub-region do we make? I feel like I'm not very skilled at making sub-regions, and that's something we're going to have to get better at. Figuring out how to bridge the information somehow between all of these things. So, did we say there was anything useful here? Think so. I mean, we just know that this is 1 or 2, but we already know that because of the 2. Do we just need the 0 or 2 on this? Does that fix it? Maybe that works. Find out. So we know that cell can't be bomb. Because if this was bomb, then there'd be a bomb here, but only one, which means the blank would be there, which means those would both be bomb, which means that would be clear and clear. And those would both be bomb, but that's allowed. So, oops, didn't mean to do that. I do that on accident a lot. I don't know why. So we still don't have the proper information because these pieces... Interesting. That 0-2 doesn't do it for me. Thought it would. How does that not work? Interesting. Well, let's do something easier for fun. So, if we have a 1, 2, 3 region, guess what? It's a bomb. Easy enough. If we have a 2 plus multiple of 2 region, then that is going to be 2 bombs. If we have a 2, 4, 6, that's going to be bombs. If we have a 2, 3, or 4, that's going to be bombs. 6 bombs. Believe it or not, bombs. 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 That's going to be a 3 region because it can't be 5. I guess this could be 3 or 4. We would want to do the same thing. Okay, that didn't fix it. We can also hide the old one since that's just a better information with no loss of information. Not 2. 1 or 4. That could actually be 1 or 4. Not 1. There it is. Not 1 is the same as 0 or 2 in this case, and it cannot be 0. Because this has to be at least 1. More specifically, 1 or 2. We're making some hyper-specific rules here. If it's not 1 and it's 1 or 2, it is 2, which means those are bombs. But I'll just make it a region of 2 and let the other rules pick it up. Oh no, that didn't solve it. The rule that we hid apparently. But we know that's 0. Wait, don't we know that's 0? No, we know that's 1. Here. I feel like it's the 1 or 4 that's getting me. So this guy we know cannot be a 4 because of the overlap with the 1, so that means it's a 1. And I guess we need that to not be too big. That still doesn't solve it? Oh no! We've got a real mess on our hands now, folks. Jeez. Oh gosh, what do we even do? This game is horrible. Why am I playing this game? Maybe it's just this one. So if it's not 2, that means it's 0, 1, or 3. And we know it's not 3. And we know it's not 0, so that means it has to be a 1. Because of this 1. Okay, that solved it. Thank goodness. That was a mess. So this has to be a 2, because it can't be a 4. And then hide it. And then 2 with a 1 or less. Well, it can't be 0, so that forces that region to be a 1 because that's a 1. Those don't matter. Solved it. Nice. Let's see how all these new rules do as we scan through the levels. Okay, solving a few. Solving a few. Unlocked a new section. Oh, solving a lot there. Nice, nice, nice. Oh yeah. Look at the levels just solve themselves. It is beautiful. I am gonna solve that one. If it's the last thing I do. Solving a bunch of these. I'm curious what the last rule set is. Like the more complicated numbers. Alright, well. Got a lot of solves off of the last set of rules. Yeah, we unlocked a new shape. Triangles. Oh my. Apparently it's line rules. Like the rules are just on that whole line rather than the cell identifications. That's really interesting. So it makes like a straight region that we know is 0, 2, or 4. Interesting. Interesting. Still has the effect of making regions, but it's just the way the regions are formed is different. This just means it's a multiple of 2, so that could be 0 or 2. One or 3, 0 or 1. I guess we know this can't be 3 overlapping on this guy because of the 0, 1-ness. Still didn't solve it. Multiple of 2 overlapping. It says we have to clear those. There we go. How many more did that solve? Not very many. So triangles are interesting because it's all of the cells that even connect at just the corner count as adjacent. So like this cell right here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 neighbors. And I guess the maximum is 12 because there could be 2 more here. Yeah, I think you get 12 neighbors total, which is obviously more than the squares, which can only have a maximum of 8 neighbors. And it looks like our rules can solve a lot of these levels, but not quite all of them. Because you've got new situations that never could have happened before. So we'll have to figure that out. Still have drawing on it. Oop, there's that. Let's see. So squares, let's do a run through on that. I'm just trying to get more levels solved because we will unlock more features if we have more levels solved. And the features can be very useful. But it definitely looks like I still need a lot more rules for the second column here. I'm not even close to solving all those. Probably because there's a lot of bigger numbers in the squares than the hexagons. Oh my, that's a bit jarring to watch. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so back to this guy. Oh, we unlocked the feature, the variable. So now we can use X, and this changes the whole game. We're probably gonna delete our whole rule set because the number of things you can do with an X is crazy. Like, for example, if we have a region, what am I trying to say? It's hard to explain without showing, but like, if we have a region of size X and we know there's X bombs, we fill it all with bombs. And that automatically makes the rule of like a region of 2 with 2 bombs, mark them as bombs. A region of 3 with 3 bombs. It does all of that at the same time. And, you know, you can do like a region of X plus 1 with X bombs. If it overlaps with a 1, you know, things like that, you can just make a bunch of rules at the same time. And so that will allow us to make much simpler rules. I do want to solve this one though. I want to figure out how. There's like a skill that I'm missing here. Because we know, I think it revolves around these 3 overlapping. There's something here that I need to make, some sort of region. We already showed that we know there's at least 1 here and at least 1 here. We can't have both here. We can't have both here. Could we have the one there? We could. So it'd be one here and one here. Or if it's not here, we could have any arrangement. Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, it's just hard because the bombs for the ones could be... No, they can't be there. Can't both be there. So it could be like that, or it could be like this. Then that one can get its extra bomb. So yeah, I'm just not really sure what region we would make here that could be useful. We know there's a total of 2 bombs in all of it, but there could be 3 bombs. I think total. So it's either 2 or 3 on the whole region. Would that help? There's no way this helps. Maybe that helps. I don't know. Let's find out. There's no way this is helpful, right? We know this one can't be a bomb. But yeah, that 2-3 region doesn't help. What if we throw that in there? Okay, that actually does it. Now we just have to understand why. So the reason this works, 2, 3 minus the 2 is 1 minus. Ah, that's smart. Yeah, that's true. So we'd have 1 or less in these 4. I'm about to delete my rule set anyway, but let's think about this. So the one there would cause... Well, let's walk it out. So we've got the 1 bomb there, but then there's 3 bombs left for 4. So they fill up those. This has to throw 2 into here. That's where it solves. And since that throws 2 into there, and the 1 minus would solve this with only 3 regions, because that would kind of give me the same info. Because the 2 throws 2 bombs there, and that's a total of 4 bombs in my 2-3 region, and it breaks. Sweet. And I believe this will solve the level, but let's find out. Yay, it did. So what we're going to do now is a soft reset on the game and start using variables, which is an exciting, fun thing that we get to do. And it seems like we're losing progress, but we're also gaining progress because now we can make variable rules and they're so handy. First easy thing to do is if you have 0 bombs, well, I guess this is the same. We don't care how big the region is. We clear it. We don't need X for that. But here's one. If you have X bombs in X spots, you bomb them. Hey, Slacking Sleeper, how's it going? Also, Bredge C8, I believe that is the developer of this game, so give him some love. What a great game. We've all been loving it. So here's one where we can use X's, because if you have a 1 overlapping with a region that's short, like, what am I trying to say? Essentially, we can't have multiple bombs of it here, so we know all 4 of these have to be bombs, but there are ways that we can use X's for this. Like we can have X here and X plus 1 up here, and then that remains true. And then I'm thinking these region sizes don't matter. And that's going to solve way more situations because that'll apply if this was a 4 and only had 3 squares out here. And then obviously that'll help even more with like triangle levels because that'll have new bigger numbers that weren't around before. And so Interesting. I guess we still have this sort of thing to solve. So if a region of size or of bombs X is contained within another region of bombs X, then we know these are clear no matter how many there are. So there you go. There's another helpful tool for variables. Is it the com pressure one or the infinite turtles one? I know those are the other games. Let's see. How do we do this? So this guy, we've got one here, which means there's one here. We use variables for that. Probably on these. Maybe? Of a region of size X. But the size out here doesn't matter, right? Oh, it does. Yeah, because that changes how many bombs there are. So we know there's X minus 1 bombs. Oh, you can't do X minus 1. So that's X, and that's X plus 1. But wouldn't that apply to any larger size region? No, that's telling me how many bombs there are. Yeah, I know, Alor. I didn't want to continue. I hated my rule set already. It was such a mess. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's too much of a spoiler that there's going to be another variable that we can use, especially because it's even in one of the screenshots on the Steam page, I noticed. Once you have the first variable, I feel like the game really explodes open. I feel like that can't just be X plus, right? Does that work? Wait, what even is my rule now? I've totally lost track of what I'm doing. This was X plus 1, and the goal was to make it so that what do we even know? That this is now 1. Okay, yeah. This is don't care, not X. Yeah, there we go. We don't care how many cells this is out here. We know there's one other bomb in all of these cells. And then, yeah, I guess this could be any amount, but we would need a second variable to include. Otherwise, that wouldn't work. So I think this is the best we can do here. And just with those 5 rules, you can see we've already solved, like, almost the entire first section. So you can see how much more efficient the variable rules are at getting things done. And it looks like we have one more. This is going to require a 3-region rule, I think. I don't think there's any way to solve this otherwise. Maybe the 0-2 thing works, though? Not that we have to use it, but a 0-2 on all of this. I guess that would that solve it? Because then the 3 would force 1 in here, which forces this to be a 2 region, which probably would solve it. Does that solve it? No, that still doesn't solve it. Okay, so let's see if there's anything interesting we can do here that we haven't already done. I don't think so. So we basically know that's clear. And I guess we can put an X and an X plus 1 on that. Pretty sure all of those don't matter. This doesn't matter either. There we go. because then that would eliminate the ability to have any extra bombs if that was the bomb. And we need one extra bomb. No matter how big this region is, we need one more bomb to be somewhere in here. We know that's clear. Alright, let's see how those rules do in the following sections. Just 6 rules there. They're doing a heck ton of work. Hey, Plurmorant. I don't know what you're saying whoa to, but this whole game is just one big whoa. In many ways. Wow. I mean, it's crazy how many rules we had to make to get this far before. And now it's just 6. Alright. Now, it's not going to solve any of these because these have, like, minuses and pluses and stuff. Let's see how far we get in the squares. Also pretty far. I guess that makes sense because most of the logic is the same with squares. It's just the numbers can be bigger. But the numbers being bigger doesn't matter because we use variables. I'm guessing there are a few new logical combinations you can have with squares that you can't have with hexagons. Different ways that regions can overlap and such. Okay, so let's work on a couple of these rules. So we already have this one. Like, we know that's clear no matter what, because a 0 minus is the same as 0. Now, I have a question in my head. Like, should I clear it, or should I turn it into a region we already know how to deal with? And then let that rule of clearing zeros deal with it. You know, it's like I could try to be more recursive like that. Or not. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice we unlocked the triangles. Run through that. See how far this gets. Not as far as squares. There must be a lot more situations in triangles. Oh gosh, that just looks horrible. We're not dealing with that just yet. Any players turn x to x minus and x plus and hide them. Interesting. That feels worse, though, not better. But maybe it's better? Huh. I feel like it'd be better to turn overlappings of x plus and x minus into x, you know, and try to distill down. But I am not any... Like, I've looked at the Discord a couple times and seen people talking in what looks like a completely different language, so I'm not a master at this. This game is basically programming at some point. It just becomes like some sort of analytical programming that is far too fancy for me. But we'll just clear that for now. And then this one's easy enough if it's... how do I find this? If it's x plus... There. It's x plus with x... cells, they're all bombs. It only triples the number of regions. That's funny. Only triples. Yeah, I guess that's not as bad as some other things, but it sounds funny saying it that way. Okay, so this one, if we have an X or more ensconced within an X or less, these are always clear. There we go. If we have... X or more, or I guess here we'll do this. If there's X region or X cells containing an X plus 1 or more amount of bombs, then we know a 1 overlapping with that has to clear the outer cells. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense that in a lot of cases, 1 minus or 1 plus is the only thing you need. You don't really need both at the same time in most cases. Makes sense. Someday I'll upgrade my brain into that way of thinking. That day is not this day. So if we have 3 or more, 1 or less. Actually, I don't think that's telling me anything, is it? Because all 3 could be there, and that could be 0. So it's this and this. Maybe. No? Oh, it's these 2. There we go. Okay, so there's 1 or less. That means this must be a bomb, but let's throw some X's in here. We know that if we have X plus 1 or more, but X, I think that's the same thing as we had last time. We don't care about those. Cool. Okay. And then let's see here, we've got, what do we do with this? So this is where making new regions of like 1 or more, and then all of our 1 or more rules are gonna come in, because we know there's 1 or more. Let's think this out. So there's 1 or more here, which means there's 1 or less here. And I'm pretty sure we can make X's out of a lot of this. So if there's X cells here, this will be X or less here if this is X plus 1. Nope, not true. Oh, because that's 2 in this case. So there could be 2 bombs in the overlap, and that would be... Oh, does this have to be X plus 1? There we go. See, I don't really understand what this rule is doing, but I know it'll be good. And it's just like, stuff like that. It just really cracks me up in this game. So like now we have this 1 or less that somehow is gonna... But that'll turn that into a 1 or more. We already knew that. Somehow it's these 3 that we have information on. Right? 2 or more, so we know there's at least 2. Oh, the bomb can't be here. We know that's cleared. Nope, it's not. What? If the bomb was here and here. Oh, we're fine. It can't be all 3 though, right? Can it? No, it can. Be all 3. What if this was the bomb? Then we break. That's the problem. Because then the 2 doesn't have room for its 2. So, I'm gonna guess that this could be X or less, X or less. Shoot. Okay, it does, this is a bug or something. It does sort of frustrate me. If there was a number here, and you put in an X and then click it again, it doesn't go back to being the number it was before. And maybe that's impossible to make that work. I don't know. But I wish it remembered what it was. Because when you're not switched on to X, it does remember what it was. Wait, no, apparently it doesn't? What? Oh, it only remembers what it is. Wait, now it's not remembering at all. Maybe that's because these are X's, and they're not tied to the real regions. Either way, I wish it remembered what it was before. Now I've lost my total train of thought. Okay, so we know that's cleared. Trying to think about how to variabilize it. I guess generalize is the word for that. So if we put... The reason this can't be here is because we need at least 2 bombs, and they would run out of options. So if this is X, and that's X plus 1 or more, then that should still be true. That's at least one way I can variabilize this. And then that all don't matter. And I might as well make that a 1 minus, right? Oop. Don't add a new region. No, what just happened? Undo. Off 1. What the heck? There we go. So there's an example where 1 minus, where turning a 1 into a 1 minus could be better, or I could just make these both about an exact 1 and turn 1 minuses mixed with 1 pluses into 1s. I don't know. I don't know what's better. Like in this case, it doesn't solve it because why? Oh, because it's not a 1 minus. Interesting. Yeah, I can start to see why that makes sense. So turning this into... Yeah, I guess let's try it. I feel weird about doing this, but we don't care about the size. There. Okay. All right, we've done it. All right, let's see how many hexagons we get through here. That's a pretty good start. It won't apply X minus rules to X regions, even at a lot. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of annoying. It makes sense. Because sometimes the logic wouldn't hold. And it's not the game's job to know. It's your job to make the rules to know. Well, that's pretty good. With 15 rules. It's even solving some of these, which have the funky ones. Let's see how many squares we get through. Oh yeah, beautiful. All but 2 of the first zone. It's just satisfying to watch Watch your rules do their thing. Let's watch for a moment. Oh, apparently it just got solved all at once. Oh, wait. It didn't make the dinging sounds earlier. Now I'm confused. Also, those are some big bombs. Interesting that they have these non-square... Like, what happens when it goes to another level but doesn't solve it? Is that a level that my rules can't solve? And it just skipped it for now? Interesting. Right. And a quick run through on triangles. We already did most of these, but let's try the second rule set. Oh my gosh. That was ugly. So should I hide the 4+ and the 4-? Should I hide those rules? These ones? Probably. Wait. Minus. Now I'm confused. Oh, my brain! My brain, it hurts. Wait, what's this? Oh, interesting. That's easy. Is there a way to make variables part of this? Not really. It's more like we need 0x, 0/x, but that's not an option. Yeah. Alright, well that can be 2 or less. Clear it. One or two with one cell is a bomb. 0 or 2. It's just always cleared. One or 4. It's cleared. Or no, sorry, it's always bomb. Okay, I need to hide these one. How did I go creation rule? So it makes the region, but can we make it a hidden region? I don't know if we can. Okay, here's one we know. Actually, we don't. You have to write a hide rule separately. So do we just hide all 1+ and 1-? Because that would be bad, though, because then I'm going to be missing sometimes when I need them. So I don't really... I only want to hide them when they're overlapping. Oh. I can do that. I'm a smart enough person to do this, at least for now. So if we have an X plus region and an X minus region, and they overlap, then we hide both of them. Ta-da! Oh, but then I also have that other one that's hiding the normal ones, I think, that I made on accident. Yeah, we want to delete this one. Delete that. Okay. There we go. So a 1 region inside a 2 plus region means that that's 1 plus. Goodness. This game, man. Okay, so that because we know there's at most 1 there, but let's throw X in here. Now, and I feel like what's funny is there are multiple places I could put X, which goes to show that once you have 2 variables, it'll be even more useful if you're really smart. But like this is a don't care, that's a don't care. This is gonna be X plus, and that'll be X plus 1 plus. I'm starting to feel like I'm reading like the Magic the Gathering cards where it's like that many plus 1 counters are added to a creature, and you're just like, my head hurts. I'm using the word plus too many times. Anyway, rule works. I'll go with it. And it would probably work if that was like 2 and that was X or more, and that was X plus 2 or more. I'll try to say or more instead of plus. But I don't have another variable to like throw that in there. Because that could be like Y, and that could be X plus Y or more. And then that would still be a true rule. Okay, that didn't solve it though. Good rule, didn't solve it. So this 1 or 4 is kind of interesting. I guess this kind of kills it. So if we have a 1 or 4 that overlaps with 3, I guess in this case it's 2 or less, then we know it's a region of 1. Feels complicated. That does matter. Oh. And that matters not? That doesn't matter. That didn't solve it. Oh, that's... What? Hold on. It's not a 2 minus region. But I want it to apply to 1 minus regions and 2 minus regions. Can I not do that? Oh, I need it to be a 1 or 2 minus. Is there no such thing? I don't think there is. 1 or less or 2 or less. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to do it. I think I just need 2 rules. So I'll duplicate it because it also applies to that. And now we just have both. Okay. Oh, this game, man. It hurts my head. Let's solve some more hexagons. Feel good about ourselves. We take a sip of water. We also should go back to some of those tricky ones and see if we can be smart about them. I also should probably be done with the YouTube episode soon, because we're at an hour and 5 minutes. Okay, I'm not solving any of these. What's going on? Okay, 2 or 3, those are bombs. Easy. 2 or 4, those are bombs. Easy. 1 or 4, to 1. And that applies if it's a region of size 2 or 3. Or 1. 1 to it. Now I'm not using variables again. I don't see. How would I use variables here? Oh, because there's. Never mind. Because there's an x plus. X or x plus 3. Then this would be x or x plus 1 or x plus 2, and that would instead have an x region. Okay, never mind. I see how variables work. So let's go back to those last few rules we made and see if we can redo them. So this one, well, let's just delete them and I'll make new ones. These have been? Yes, they could have been. But my head hurts just thinking about it. So it's going to be... x or x plus 3. This is a region x, and that has to be 1 or 2? Does it have to be 1? Yeah. I guess it could be 2 in this case, but it could only be 1 if that was a 2. Then it could have the full amount. All right, update that. Duplicate it with the 2 minus. Uh-oh, it's illogical. But wouldn't that have been true with a 1 minus? No, because there's a 1 specifically there. Wait, no. That still doesn't make sense. Why is this horrible to my brain? Where'd it go? This one. How is this one legal then? For the same reasons. Because couldn't... If this was a 0... I don't know. I give up. I give up on that one. We're just going to delete this one and move on. Also, I agree with you, Aloy. Let me fix that. This is... It makes more sense as an x plus 2 or less. Okay, well, back to doing things. So, this one is if we have the x or x plus 3 size, and the size of the region is x plus 2 or smaller, then we know that the actual region has x bombs. I already made that rule. Oh, it's literally right here. This is the one that's the problem. If we have... Wait, why is that 0? Weird. If If we have X or X plus 1 bombs in a region of size X, then it is all bombs. Okay. If we have X or X plus 2 bombs in a region of size X, then it is all bombs. If we have X or X plus 1 bombs, but then we separately have just X plus 1 bombs completely contained within that region, then all the other cells must be cleared. Okay. Here's an interesting one. If we have X plus X or X plus 1 completely contained within... Oh, no, this needs to be X plus 1 or X plus 2. Completely contained within X or X plus 1, then that must be X plus 1 and clear. Let's just do the clear first. And we'll duplicate that, and that makes this region an X plus 1 region. Oh man, we are progressing. I am confident. If we have... Yeah, I need to be done with this video. My brain is melting. If we have an X and an X plus 1 or X plus 2... God. No, I'm not going to make it that fancy. If we have a 1 overlapping... What if I just made this a 2 plus? I mean, that's less information, but it would solve in this case. So I guess these are the X's. And then that forces this to be a bomb. Oop. No, that's not true. This has to be X plus 1 or X plus 2. Oh, that does need to be one cell, I guess. Always. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, we're almost there. And then, didn't we already make this rule? If a region of X is contained entire... No, we did X. Yeah, never mind. It's a very similar rule, but not the exact same. If a region of X is contained in X or X plus 1, then that makes a region of X there, and that is a clear. And we can't do both things at the same time, and we don't care about the overlaps. Okay, let's run through and see what all those rules got us. Decent. Decent. We'll see how many of these I'll solve, and then we'll call it a YouTube episode. And I think I'll take a little brain break and keep streaming. I mean, given that these have still all been only 2 regions, I don't think I've made any 3-region rules yet. I feel like this is pretty good. Nice. Okay, none of these are getting solved because they have all those weird things too. Alright, squares, what do we got? Nice. I'm guessing there's still some basic logic that we never got to from the first set of levels too that like would solve a lot of these. Okay. Okay. Bubble wrap simulator. Exactly. It's a really satisfying sound. Okay, triangles. Any more takers? Not many. Oh, there's all the gains. Yeah, I'm guessing there's some logic in these, even that if we were to solve it, it would kind of propagate through the rest. But we're going to call it a YouTube episode here. We've gotten into variables, and oh, it is really good for your brain and painful. So for those of you on YouTube, as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think. There's a free demo for this game, so go try it out. You can get pretty far in the demo too, and then it's only $5. So go buy it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.